Are we recording?
You are recording.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Hello. Hi, everybody. Just going to share my screen now. Okay. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to the KubeStellar community meeting. This is today, October 2nd, 2025. Feels like only yesterday it was January. This has been one heck of a year. Okay, what a ride. So if you want to join us on this meeting or any future meetings, or if you want access to any of our artifacts, documents, etc., go to kubestellar.io/join us, and you can do that with one word or with separated by an underscore, join_us. Once you click on that link, or once you go to that link, there'll be a button that says join Google Group. Click that, you'll start getting email invites and the like to show that you are indeed getting information from us for the purpose of joining our community. I'm just going to put on my do not disturb. There we go. Okay. So we are a proud member of the CNCF. We are part of the Sandbox Project program, and as such, we abide by a contributor code of conduct. And I'll read it here. As contributors and maintainers in the CNCF community and in the interest in fostering an open and welcoming community, we pledge to respect all people who contribute through reporting issues, posting feature requests, updating documentation, submitting pull requests or patches, and other activities. We are committed to making participation in the CNCF community a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of level of experience, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, personal appearance, body size, ethnicity, race, age, religion, or nationality. Today's day and age just means be nice to each other, please. Thank you. Okay, we have a couple of, let's see. If you want to find this recording for this meeting, it will be posted to kubestellar.io/TV. And if you want to read along on this document, it's at kubestellar.io/agenda. All right, so if you wouldn't mind, if you're in the meeting and you'd like to, please join the attendee list that's located here. And we'll get started. Okay, we're now in the CNCF Slack org. I think most people know that. We're at #KubeStellar-dev. We were in the Kubernetes org, but we are no longer. The reason why is we weren't able to run workflows and automation and stuff like that. And it's a bit more fitting for us to be in the CNCF org anyway. So if you want to get an invitation to that, go to Cloud Native /CNCF under the community inviter. And then when you join that, go to our channel, and this is its notation here. This is its link. Okay. KubeCon EU in 2026 will be in Amsterdam from March 23rd to the 26th. CFP is open. It's open for approximately 10 more days. You should look to get something in there if you're looking to present on behalf of KubeStellar. We'd love to help you get your abstracts built or your presentation structured if and when you are selected. You have up to 4 entries per speaker. That's a little bit of a tricky, it's a little bit of a nuance in there. 2 for pre-conference, so there's pre-conference scheduling that happens. It's later in the CFP process. In other words, this is the CFP for the main conference that we're talking about. So you get 2 submissions there, either as an individual or part of a group, or and then the same is true for pre-conference. Pre-conference is mentioned or opened at a later date than the CFP for the regular conference. So that's not what's noted here. So our recommendation is to use all 4. Put in 2 now and put in 2 later. And that's your best bet to maximize the possibility of getting selected. KubeCon North America is close at hand. It's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. CFP is, of course, closed. It takes place from November 10th to the 9th to the 10th to the 13th. We'll have a lightning talk on November 10th at 1:24 p.m. Subject to change that time. Poster session for software-defined farm, Cornell and KubeStellar will be at 6:15 p.m. on November 11th. I think it's on the show floor. The project pavilion, we are yet to be determined. I think we do actually have a time and date for that. I think it's on Thursday. So I'll have to update that today. And then other opportunities for speaking. We're in the process of looking at other opportunities, but we have not heard back yet in the positive or negative. So that's still open-ended. So I'll get that Project Pavilion date for us posted soon. Okay, so that's it for KubeCon. Any questions or comments on KubeCon? Okay. All right. KubeStellar UI, there continues to be work. We got 6 projects that we're working on simultaneously with in our IFOS program. And primarily this has been staffed by folks from the CNCF's mentee program, mentor-mentee program. We're working on WEC Status. This is to help us integrate better with Argo CD. Playwright, this is for testing, automated testing of the user interface. Design implementation, this is a new version of our website, as well as consistency across all of our UI elements and components. Developer relations, this is to help us build content out, track new contributors, and to retain logos, try and get some adopters of our project, or at least uncover who they are and try to record that they're actually working with us. This is an important step in working towards the next after Sandbox, you get to incubating status, and with that comes another set of benefits and that are above and beyond what Sandbox offers, and we'd like to eventually get that by the fall of next year. There's also A to A. This is the automated agent-to-agent and MCP protocols that are new for AI, using KubeStellar as a means of executing tasks in an automated way. And then there's the ratio of WDS to ITS. That's also a project that's going on. We have 2 other unpaid projects that are going on, development of a KubeFlex website.
Andy?
And yes, go ahead.
That last one is not under UI. That's on the KubeStellar repo.
That's correct. Yep. So
Yeah.
my mistake.
Okay. Also, A to A, is that specifically UI?
I believe it might be actually yeah, and actually it has to use core. So yeah, they're both. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the header on this one. Let me move that back. Okay, cool. We also have 2 other unpaid internships or menteeships that are taking place. One is for the development of KubeFlex website. The other one is integration with Crossplane for the purpose of hyperscaler integration. So for people that want to build out either clusters, compute, network, or storage on any of the given hyperscalers that are out there, and use that in conjunction with KubeStellar after it's been provisioned. We also continue to work with Cornell SDF, Cornell on the SDF program. So that right now their focus is on enclave and confidential computing, and they will be speaking about that at KubeCon on the show floor and a poster session. And thank you again to Georgia Tech for their summer. We'll be working with Georgia Tech again next summer to bring more interns on board. Okay, any questions or comments about the projects or programs that we're doing for IFOS or CNCF? Okay, Mike, you want to take over in this section here? You got, where are we on 2.9 Alpha 1 and any of the changes and features coming up ahead?
Okay. Well, let's see. We do have this alpha release out. Testing is appreciated. Let's see. So this kind of I also put in the queue here, or agenda, a roadmap discussion. So it kind of overlaps, but we want to do better on security. So we want to get to the point where PRs are regularly scanned, and actually even there's a way for contributors to scan before submitting a PR or pushing to a PR. We're working on an upgrade campaign to Kubernetes 1.31, which will improve our vulnerability situation, because just right now we're stuck at Kubernetes 1.30 and stuff is old. Let's see. There's the PROM migration is, as it has been for the past few months, there's still some stuff that's not working. Let's see here. We have this issue with the KubeFlex treatment of the post create hooks. We've improved KubeFlex, but now we realized KubeStellar still ties itself in and whatnot. We have to untie that knot and take advantage of the better treatment of post create hooks now. Let's see. yeah. So that's that section on upcoming things that we already kind of have top of my mind anyway. Any comments or questions on that?
All right, thanks, Mike.
Okay. Well, there's more items maybe. I don't know if you want. Fine. Go ahead, take it over.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. Let's see, another issue, and this is really, I think, should be more indented on that previous point, which is another thing, which is the functionality called combined or aggregated status. We want to expand the information that can be summarized to include information about the propagation, and not just about the objects themselves, but about the propagation process. That's something that was started a while ago. Still need to make progress on that. This other next one about multiple KubeStellar systems. That's really about the convenience things that we do in your kube config. It's easy if you're managing only one KubeStellar system. For those of us who manage multiple, it's not so easy. So we'd like to do better on that. I'm going to stop there, and then I do want to have a roadmap discussion.
Okay.
So I guess any comments or questions on the previous items? Okay, let's move on then.
Mike, before you dive into this, I'm just going to
Go ahead.
excuse myself for a second. I have to bio. I'll be right back, but
Okay.
continue the discussion. Thanks.
Okay. Well, so I'll just
go ahead, Mike. You can open the roadmap discussion if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'll point out, we haven't really had an official roadmap. I think we have a blank page in the website saying we need to have one. So let's have one. I think we need to prioritize changes. We have a lot of open PRs without really prioritizing. I think so. I'd like to first off land a lot of the open PRs, but what do we want to accomplish? We want to improve our security vulnerability scoring. And again, this is 2 steps. Do what we can while stuck on Kubernetes 1.30, and then upgrade to Kubernetes 1.31. And of course, eventually move on further. Kubernetes is at 1.34 now, so we want to move as much as we can. But the thing that's holding us back is we test in OpenShift, and OpenShift trails Kubernetes, and then we use particular clusters in the IBM Cloud. So you have to wait for the Kubernetes release to get to OpenShift, to get to IBM Cloud, and then get installed in our test clusters. That last step is under our control. The other steps are not. Let's see. Yes, so more security vulnerabilities. Other than that, I think the other big thing that you really want to accomplish, I think that will help adoption, is improve our, reduce our impedance mismatch with OCM, ACM. We do use it. We're built on it. We should be explaining how Kubernetes is a useful add and make it more clearly true and evident. So those are the priorities that are top of my mind. So again, this is intended to be a discussion. So does anybody have any thoughts?
Mike, sorry, I missed this one. What is 490? What's issue 490?
Oh, that was the issue where KubeFlex was running post-create hooks before the infrastructure they needed, like the kubeconfig files, was ready, and so that we have a lot of waiting. We have a lot of logic in KubeStellar to work around this prior infelicity in KubeFlex. So we can greatly simplify KubeStellar now, but currently it's tied itself into a knot. If we try to do that, we have to untie that knot.
Okay. Okay, and what are your priorities for open PRs? We have quite a few. So are you one of the land most of the currently open PRs? And so okay.
Yeah, I really wish people would stop opening new ones so we can take care of the ones that are there. but I know we've got this program that requires people to open new ones. So there's a bit of a tension there. Kevin.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment, as you said, we have too many. There are some in there which have gone stale. The authors are not responding, and I'm going to get aggressive about closing docs PRs where there's been no response from the authors for a month. Because
so let me ask this question. Closing up. Okay, so let's. I'm trying to think about, authorship versus, completion, right? And when we're looking to complete some of these PRs, right, what credit is anybody getting for actually moving it to completion? Is it
Right.
testing? I mean, typically an
Andy,
author. Yeah.
let me just intensify that.
Yep.
Now that people can use code assistance pretty easily, it's really easy to create PRs. I'm pleased that people have not been taking the opportunity to submit so much slop. People could submit a lot more slop if they chose to. But yes, I think really the intern program should not be scoring so much on opening a PR, but more about an improved or useful PR.
Well, it's not opening a PR, it's merging a PR, right? So merged PRs are a much different class of
Absolutely.
animal than opening
Okay,
one, right?
maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yes. If the criteria is open PRs, that's a problem. If the criteria is merged PRs, that's good.
No, we watch the open PRs just for the sake of knowing if there's something in the queue, right? If there's something that they're working on, and we can get a read on whether or not they're moving and they're making progress of some sort, or if they're engaging. I think that's just more of a measure of engagement. But the finality of this is, have they merged PRs? How many merged PRs do they have? So if they open, if somebody opens slop or garbage and it doesn't get merged, then they've just wasted their time and some of ours.
And some of ours, for me, that's the biggest problem is my time. Jay has pointed out in chat also, he wants to highlight that we have a lot of docs issues in PRs. He's asking, is that a good thing?
I think a lot of people look at the docs as the lowest hanging fruit, right? If you don't know the project, you target the documentation to look for spelling mistakes, grammatics, or other types of logistical, structural issues or things like that. So I think that's, as Kevin points out, lots of those things can or should be closed. Just from a matter of they're just not legitimate or useful.
I mean, simple, spelling and grammar fixes are great. The only thing is, a lot of the authors forget to include a preview. And whenever you do a PR that changes the website, you need to include a preview. Simple thing that holds up a lot of PRs.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of my benchmarks. If we haven't had movement on a PR and there's no preview, it's a candidate for immediate closure, because there's one, for instance, which I tested and the change didn't actually work. Change which was recommended didn't actually work. But if they built a preview, they would have realized their change didn't actually change the behavior. So it's really important with docs, PRs, that you follow the steps to create a preview. And we may need to actually change our procedures for contributing to the docs, that, if there's no preview, it will be closed with prejudice.
Well, more productively, we have a PR that aims to automate creating the preview. I'd like to land that.
Yes, that would be great. But until then, it's except for a few of the spelling error type thing, it's nearly impossible to evaluate some of these docs changes.
Yeah, I mean, in the summer, I called for us to create some way to automatically create these preview pages, but I don't know where that effort ever went. It looks like we were moving in some direction.
Yeah, there is a PR It hasn't had progress recently.
Yeah. So we
So
probably lost traction on that. But if you're
so
insistent on
maybe
previews,
someone
you're
else
just
should
going to
pick it up
want to,
then.
yeah.
Maybe someone should pick it up and make progress, because this is a real ongoing issue. Rishi also emphasized the issue that we do have a lot of PRs that are not making progress, and that's true. And so, I've been going, occasionally just looking at old PRs and pinging the author. And, I agree with Kevin. I think if we have a PR where the author hasn't responded in like a month or so, I think we should just close it due to
Yeah.
unresponsiveness.
Yeah,
Although,
I agree.
some of them are things we really want. So I guess it goes back in the, help wanted queue.
That's right. Yep.
And it can even be mentioned. I think it's legitimate to pick up and build on a PR. So I'll mention, for example, if person A makes a PR that stalls out, person B can build on that branch, add commits to make further fixes, and then when person B makes a PR and it gets merged, the commits from person A are still there, and person A gets credit in terms of Git metrics for their contribution.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're looking for this type of workflow, and I I'd agree that this is the way to go forward. The thing that's missing is help on it. And if all you have to do is create, the people see what we're doing, and it's advertised on several other sites. They scrape all repos and CNCF to find these opportunities for students that are in programs in universities all over the world, as well as people that are, privately looking for things to do in the open source. And CNCF is a big gateway for them. So when they see open help wanted in our queue, they jump on it. So if you're looking for people to take over folks' previous work, then I strongly encourage you to open a new help wanted issue and refer to the old PR that's closed, and see about someone joining us to work that to completion.
Well, many of them are referencing existing issue. Wouldn't the technique simply to be unassigned the person who's currently assigned that had the stalled out PR?
You'd have to unassign them, and then I think it goes back in. Then it goes
I
back
think
into the
we
queue.
can do that.
Yep.
Okay. I also think it's important to make a distinction between things that are good for good first issue versus ones that require some significant expertise.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
The things that stall out are the things that really require some expertise and understanding.
Yep. I agree.
Anyway, the point of the roadmap discussion was to talk about priorities. We've talked a lot about mechanics of dealing with stale PRs. Any more thoughts? Let's see. Rishi said something Rishi, you can talk too. Issues. Oh, yeah. So there's some issues that are just should have been closed but aren't. Fine. Rishi just point them out to us.
Yeah, like
Anyway.
I have mentioned you in two issues that are already fixed, and new contributors are making PRs because the old contributors have not mentioned in the description as like fix as hashtag something.
Yes, that's also something that people haven't all learned is the proper way to remark in their PR that it fixes an issue. There's also a complementary issue or problem that sometimes people say a PR fixes an issue when it actually only addresses part of the issue. Anyway, so that's part of what people need to be learning. Anyway, we're running low on time. Andy, I'm going to volunteer to close this agenda item. I guess we've gotten what the feedback there is to be had, mostly.
Yeah, well, Mike, I think you could. I think if you want to take a tactical position, this is strategic. But if you want to take the next step in this, it might be something tactical where, identified PRX, unassigned person from issue Y, looking for help. Something of that nature. Because people do read these agendas too, believe it or not, and they do watch the videos. on YouTube. So shameless advertising of things you prioritize as needing help, that PRs that have stalled that you think are good, right? If you got a handful of those or more, it would be good to advertise them here, to ask for specific help. Something to consider.
All right, thank you. Let's move on.
All right. All right, so that will close the meeting. I don't think we have anything else to discuss here. Is open forum. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add to the meeting before we close? Okay, great. All right, I'm going to stop sharing now, and I will thank you for joining us, and we will reconvene again in another 2 weeks. We will be a little further along in the year and almost closed out here. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I will talk to you again in 2 weeks' time. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Bye now.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.